It was back in 1986 when 5 nations first contested the Student Rugby League trophy in New Zealand. The host nation won the trophy on that occasion, with England, Australia, France and Papua New Guinea the other participants. This year, 1996, the Halifax-sponsored Student World Cup will witness a record 12 entries and is poised to be an exciting competition. We were at the Wilderspool press call to witness the draw.
Yes, the first one.
Number 1, Australia, I think.
Number 6, New Zealand. Those that are paying attention, who's this one going to be? Number 2, England. Okay, the next 3 that go in the bag are numbers, come on Mike, 3, 11 and 12. Can you find the Welsh one?
That's right.
Number 11, Wales. It's an easy route. Number 12, Samoa. And yesterday. Number 3, France. Okay, so the remaining 6 go in, and it's pop lock. Number 9, South Africa. Number 4, I'll pick his hard one out next time. Number 5, Japan. Last round. Number 7, number 10, USA. And number 8, Scotland. Okay, thank you. That concludes the draw.
Well, Alex, you've done some things in your time, but a World Cup draw, is this your first?
It is, very first, and it's a big honour actually, because we did the World Cup for the Rugby League, and they had a good time here. We're looking forward to putting this tournament on, because we think it's a very important tournament as far as Rugby League is concerned.
And an investment for the future, because you've got 1 or 2 players in your camp who've come through the student ranks, I believe.
Yeah, it's a very important tournament, and not only that, it's another step forward for Rugby League. You know, it's going like, you know, Russia and America and Japan, and South Africa. It just shows how much Rugby League is coming forward. We're very pleased to...
Victories they won in 1989, they won again on home soil in 1992. England, they were the beaten finalists in 1989, and they'll be hoping to make the best of home advantage. Here come the French. They'll be as attractive as ever, full of flair, full of unpredictability, capable of thrilling or infuriating. And here are the Irish, a truly emerging rugby league nation. The full international side reached the final of the Emerging Nations World Cup last year. Can the students do the same? And what a treat it is to see Japan taking part. They make up for a genetic lack of size with an abundance of skill and total commitment. The second seeds behind Australia, this is New Zealand, winners of the inaugural Student World Cup 10 years ago and semi-finalists in '92. The Russian Revolution is underway. For the first time, a side from the old Soviet Republic takes part under a joint banner of Russia and Moldova. It'll be interesting to see how Scotland perform under coach John Risman, a name synonymous with student rugby league. The Scots keen to prove they're a force on the world stage. Well, it's a major fillip for the tournament that the Rhinos of South Africa are here. The full national side, popular visitors for last year's Centenary World Cup, the students following in their footsteps. Now another of the unseeded teams, the United States of America. But they have the reputation of being flamboyant and are bound to win new friends. Wales now, they were the pick of the home nations 4 years ago, losing only in the semi-finals to Australia. They promised to do well again. And if there's an award for the most entertaining team, what odds it goes to Western Samoa. They're fit, they're fast, they're physical, and they'll be fun to watch.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Madam Mayor, Mayoress, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. To make the introductions, would you please welcome the chairman of the Student Rugby Football League, David Oxley.
Madam Mayor, Mayoress, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is surely totally appropriate that the opening ceremony of this, the Halifax Student Rugby League World Cup competition, should take place here in the lovely town of Warrington, because the name of Warrington is synonymous with all that's best in this great game of rugby league football. It has a long, honourable tradition in the game, a tradition of which it is justly proud. The parent club, Warrington Rugby League Football Club, and amateur clubs such as Woolston, Crossfields, have always been most supportive of student rugby league football over the years. It is also, as you will find, I'm sure, over the next 2 weeks, a very lively, a very friendly, and a very hospitable town. It is therefore with great pride and pleasure that I now call upon the town's first citizen, the Mayor of Warrington, Councillor Mrs. Mary Roblin, to welcome you.
Mary.
Madam Mayoress, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to all at the Town Hall and to say how delighted I am to see such an international group of people in Warrington this afternoon. Warrington is very much a rugby town with its own rugby league club, nicknamed The Wire, after the products of one of Warrington's leading industrial companies. The Borough Council is an active partner in many national and international events like this one. We also support the World of Rugby League, working closely with the local club. In fact, the council has its own rugby development officer, Kevin Tamati, who leaves a lasting impression, not only for his commitment to the game, but also for his sense of humour. I hope that your involvement in the 1996 Student Rugby League World Cup, sponsored by the Halifax Building Society, will encourage you further. I hope you will all enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and I wish you good luck both during the matches and for the future. Thank you very much.
Madam Mayor, many thanks indeed for that warm welcome.
Madam Mayor, Mayoress, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, David said that I stand before you today as chairman of the World Super League International Board. I do, of course, and it's my privilege, my duty, my pleasure to support this particular competition along with my international colleagues. And you know, When the International Board first met in December 1995, I was asked to draw up the agenda for that inaugural meeting. A very important meeting. And it was my pleasure to be able to put on, as the opening item for that inaugural meeting, the funding of the 1996 Student World Cup. It was a very proud moment for the board. They didn't address other issues, which you'll be aware from the press and television are quite of immense stature in Australia particularly, but they wanted to show their support for the future of rugby league, the true grassroots of rugby league, and that is truly identified by the presence of yourselves today. And at a stroke, they committed £50,000 of funds that they had yet to establish at that stage to assist the passage of this competition. And I'm very proud of them in that respect. But we are not the sponsors of this competition. The International Board are simply supporters in every way possible, including financially, of this competition. The sponsors of this competition, I'm absolutely delighted to say, are our tremendous friends and benefactors who sponsored the 1995 World Cup itself. And as a spin-off from that, they decided, wisely in my opinion, as evidenced by the presence of yourselves today, but generously, to sponsor your competition. And it's my delight in that respect to be able to thank the Halifax Building Society, for lending their name to the trophy that you'll all be playing for. I also would like to thank on behalf of the World Super League International Board, I wish you well, good luck, enjoy yourselves.
Thank you very much, Maurice.
Rugby league, as we all know, provides excellent entertainment, and it's founded on many of the values which we as an organisation share: skill, determination, the will to succeed, being just three of them. We're delighted that the National Union of Students is endorsing the event, and that all NUS card holders are going to receive attractive discounts for watching the forthcoming games. Rugby league is in fact going from strength to strength, and this tournament will certainly feature some of tomorrow's stars, and I for one can't wait to see them. I know that Warrington is proud to be hosting the tournament. The staff of our branches in the town are thrilled and proud to be associated with the event, and that applies to our branches right throughout the rugby league heartland in the north of England, but nationally as well. I'm sure that this next fortnight will be a tremendous success. I wish all the teams the best of luck in the tournament and in their efforts to take home the World Cup. Finally, could I thank you all for coming to celebrate the official opening of the event, and Maurice, in your capacity as chairman of the World Super League International Board, I'd like you to accept this trophy on behalf of the Halifax, and I look forward to seeing it being presented in a couple of weeks' time to the top student team. Good luck to you all, and thank you.
So that, gentlemen, is what it's largely all about, along with the bowl and plate competitions too. And of course it's absolutely right that your focus should be very heavily on the football and winning trophies. And I know all 12 teams, I say 12 because the Russians are on the way. They've taken a strange route. They had to touch down at Grozny, I don't know, but they're on the way. They're on the way. And it's right and proper that the focus of all 12 teams should be on this magnificent trophy. But the next 2 weeks, as I'm sure you'll agree, are about much more than simply that. Next 2 weeks are about fun and enjoyment, making friends, and building up lasting and enduring experiences and memories. And I can tell you, gentlemen, that in towns like Castleford and Halifax and Warrington and Wigan and London and Northampton and Cheltenham and the dozen or so venues where you will be playing, hundreds of people are going to be working very, very hard to see that that happens. For your part, I know, because of my long association and very happy association with Student Rugby League football, I know each and every one of you will be an outstanding ambassador for his country. After university, you are going on to be destined to become the movers and shakers, the people of influence, the opinion formers, the decision makers in your respective countries. All of us wish you all the best in your future endeavours. And it's our sincere wish, gentlemen, that wherever you go and whatever you do in your future lives, you will always keep very happy and treasured memories of your 2 weeks here with us on the occasion of the Halifax Student Rugby League World Cup. Thank you for your cooperation in what I understand was a super parade. I know it's not easy when you want to concentrate on football and the business, but it's more than that, and we were all agreed with, and I think it was a very successful parade. This is a lovely occasion. Thank you for your attendance here. Thank you in anticipation for what I know will be the high quality, tremendously exciting and thrilling football you will be providing for us over the next 2 weeks. And on behalf of all of us, Madam Mayor, our very, very special and sincere thanks to Warrington Borough Council, and especially to the chair of your Community Services Committee, Councillor Mike Hannon, and all staff who have worked so hard to make this particular occasion such a lovely, lovely time.
In the first game of the World Cup, France scored what will probably prove the try of the tournament. They produced some breathtaking rugby, even in a one-sided affair. The English pack struggled to break down the gutsy French defence. They did take a 15-minute lead through a Bob Everett penalty, but then France scored 2 quick tries.
This good play from the French, who've kept the ball going. And again, could this be a fantastic try for the French? Number 8 inside to number 14. Fantastic rugby from the French. Number 14 playing the ball, Yannick Tazamazon. Good backing up from the French, well appreciated by the crowd. Big crowd here at Warrington. Lots of clapping for the French because they deserve it. So the ball out again. That's the scrum half. Number 13, I've said he's been threatening all match. Number 13, Charles Guidacelli. On 40 minutes, the most important time to score. Eckersley taking it away. And that's the end of the match. The first match in the Student Rugby League World Cup 1996. The score finally, France 29, England 2. Brilliant performances all round. The England lads did their best.
Well, England now have a mountain to climb, the French showing enough class to suggest they could go all the way. And they run out the winners of this first game. The second half of Saturday's doubleheader at Wilderspool produced a one-sided mismatch. Scotland opening their campaign by overrunning the gallant but inexperienced Japanese. Strong-running Scottish centre John Ballantyne led the way with a personal tally of 7 tries.
Coombe Lilly through to Rush. Out to Valentine. Is Valentine going to get number 7? He is. Now, if it wasn't a record at 6, then it surely must be a record at 7.
A great start for the Scots. Japan look as though they're going to have a tough time. Scotland 90, Japan 4. If Western Samoa don't win another match in this World Cup, they'll still comfort themselves with the memory of victory against their big brother nation, New Zealand. The organising committee's decision to allow both sides to perform their respective hackers simultaneously set the tone for 80 minutes of ferocious action. All New Zealand had to show for their first half effort was a try from the industrious and direct hooker Nick Bean, cancelled out by 2 Longo Hepi penalties to make it 4-4 at the break. The Kiwis looked the team most likely in the second 40, but amazingly, it was the Samoans with strong running fullback Ati Mamoa coming more and more into the game who took the 2 points. Final score, New Zealand 4, Western Samoa 16. Six-try Russian fullback Robert Ilyasov was the star of a tremendous free-flowing game at Post Office Road. Scorching in for 3 tries in each half, Ilyasov's performance is bound to attract the interest of professional scouts. His elusive running proved far too much for the spirited South Africans. Ten tries in all then for the inventive Russians, who now take on Wales full of confidence. A high-scoring affair this one, South Africa 30, Russia 57. Australia fired out a warning that they intend holding on to the Halifax Student World Cup with a crushing win against the Welsh. Australia blasted in for their opening try within 90 seconds of the kick-off. Impressive fullback Dale Mills working the blind side to send Ken Jaburi racing in at the corner. In the second half, Wales will take great pride from the fact that they contained Australia until the 59th minute.
Well, it's been a much tighter second half. Not a single point yet, having said that. Oh well, great backup there and a try between the posts. Just about to say 20 minutes into the second half and still no points, a much tighter second half. But with that, the Welsh defence lets slip through.
A bad day for the Welsh, not only beaten, but they also picked up injuries to Richard Thomas, Phil Newton and Stuart Singleton. Australia 50, Wales 4. Only 2 months ago, 15 of the 17 members of the American team had never ever been involved in rugby league. Now they find themselves playing in the Student Rugby League World Cup. And the fairy story doesn't end there.
Oh, he goes up the wing, pushes his man on the inside, race for the line, number 5, Freddie goes, Freddie back out, length of the pitch almost, made by Preston again. Takes the outside option instead of trying to narrow the angle, but I can't blame him because I'd be knackered by that point as well.
What a match. The United States 22, Ireland 20. Scotland the Brave completed England students' World Cup nightmare with a hard-fought 10-4 victory over the Old Enemy. The game itself, exciting if not spectacular. The result revolved around Scotland's determined defence.
Here's Kinsey with a bit of space, nice. Oh, delayed the pass. Here's a race, prop forward against winger. Prop forward against winger, it's a try. It's a try. Stuart McCarthy was never ever going to lose that race against Jody Moran. And that's a bitter blow for the English right on half-time.
England regrouped at half-time and played the second half with a lot more pride and passion. Mike Simmons scored a good try, but it was never going to be enough. Scotland celebrated hard and long. They won by 10 points to 4. Well, pity the Japanese. The rampant French set themselves up for the Pool C decider against Scotland with an emphatic win. 15 tries in all they ran in against the luckless Japanese. The final score, France 76, Japan 0. New Zealand put their Student World Cup challenge firmly back on course with a fluent and convincing win over the American side, who'd won against Ireland, remember. In an often very physical encounter, the Kiwis' early territorial domination allowed them to take advantage of American defensive gaps.
Escape though. And that's going to be another try. That's a try to the goal kicker, Morrison at full-back. It came surely from just one little... Oh, and there's going to be a break on here, all the way from the scrum. Watson Pitter, clever work, find the gap, sees it, goes all the way, he's going to go over halfway and right underneath the middle of the post. A fine individual try.
3 tries in the last 6 minutes, including a fine break over 70 metres by Fita, simply confirmed the Kiwis' superiority. New Zealand 62, the United States of America 10. In a tough and bruising encounter, Ireland did well to contain the powerful Western Samoans, who only led 16-10 at half-time. Loose forward Ola Loa was again the pick of a strong Samoan pack with some explosive running and good support play. The final score at York, Ireland 16, Western Samoa 42. A crowd of over 1,000 saw Australia virtually book their place in the Halifax Student World Cup semi-finals with a 13-try victory over luckless South Africa. This always threatened to be a one-sided contest, and so it proved. The South Africans were plucky. The Australians ran out worthy winners, 68 points to 12. Well, on a typical night at Odsal Stadium, Bradford, wet and windy, we had a sending off, hundreds of mistakes, but some top-class entertaining rugby league from Wales and Russia. And it was the Russians who ran out winners by 12 points to 8. In a fiery start, the Russian back rower Alexei Fedorkov was sensationally sent off for a high tackle. You count the seconds. Final score at Odsal, Wales 8, Russia 12. Western Samoa underlined their status as one of the favourites for the Student World Cup with a resounding victory at Craven Park, Hull, against the United States. Samoa just too powerful for the brave American side. The Americans had to be content with the consolation of scoring the try of the match, an 80-yard special from Saul Raniello. Final score though, Western Samoa 82, the United States 8. France stormed through to the Student World Cup semi-finals with a confident performance against Scotland at Weldon Road, Castleford. The anticipated close struggle between two unbeaten teams never materialised, the French taking control from the outset with 3 tries in the first 12 minutes.
He should have given that ball out. He should give that ball out. Give it out. So that the Scots wrapped him up and he's got it through. And he's in. Well, that's an amazing try there from Guardacelli. An amazing try. The switch move there out to the centre and out to the wing, and the wing's in there. That's a superb. That's the French captain. Another superb. That's Van Brussel.
France's assured performance will surely shorten their odds to make it to the final, while leaving Scotland to hope in vain, as it turned out, that their points difference might give them the 4th semi-final place. But the final score at Weldon Road, France 36, Scotland 2. Injury-ravaged Ireland were no match for the rampant New Zealanders, who clinched second spot in Pool B. The Kiwis ran in 13 unanswered tries in their search for a semi-final spot. The Kiwis led 28-0 at the break and were unstoppable in the second half. New Zealand 66, Ireland 0. England at last were able to end their dismal losing sequence with a predictable thrashing of new boys Japan. The writing was on the wall for the Japanese when centre Glenn Hutton raced over for the first try in the very first minute, and the home nation followed up with 13 more. Despite the severity of the scoreline, Japan demonstrated great determination and did display signs that with the right support, they may yet have a part to play on the international stage. Their Australian coach, Max Mannix, was upbeat about the massive strides made by his fledgling squad. He claimed that 2 weeks ago, 14 of the boys had never even played rugby league, and coming up against 101 years of history was asking rather a lot. England 76, Japan 18, the final score from Sale. A match between Australia and Russia always promises to be something of a mismatch, and that was the way it turned out. Australia won easily, but the Russians did themselves enormous credit. But the Russians had no answer to the powerful running of Mark Tukey. He scored 5 tries, and the final score, Australia 52, Russia 5. South Africa won a thoroughly entertaining game at Cheltenham against Wales. Only 2 points in it at the end.
The ball well, keeping the ball alive, and a try to South Africa. Try by captain Francois Klute. Good hands.
Oh, Lee Blackburn's away. 80 metres ago.
He's going to go all the way. Out of the blue, he's going to go all the way.
He's tiring. Oh, and South Africa's lost him. He's shot it in. Tiring, yes! Yes!
The final score at the Prince of Wales Stadium, Wales 28, South Africa 30. Western Samoa went through to their first Halifax Student World Cup final at the first attempt.
So it's a bit of a dummy, and out to the winger. Surely must be a try this time. Well, at last, I suppose they would have to say, Faiapeto gets the try.
Little chip over the top on the chase.
Well, that was gifted to Krsmanovic. He's going to make it himself. What a nice try. And Mamoe, the hero a few minutes ago when he put a great run in down the left. Well, it would have been try time if Rodriguez had not got in. But Ali Monai has gone straight through them all. Ali Moana gets in for what surely must now be the winning try.
A thrilling contest, it ended in Western Samoa's favour by 28 points to 22. World Cup holders Australia are through to a third successive appearance in the Student World Cup final. A classic game against the New Zealanders, anyone wandering in from the street could have been forgiven for thinking he was watching a clash between the two full international sides. Commitment, skill and competitiveness all there to see. It was a story, though, with an old familiar ending.
Out to Lee, on to Evans, dummy drop off on the outside, takes his man on, beats him, Evans for the corner, try to Australia. Great try to Australia, fantastic run there by Evans, showed the ball on the inside, took the man on the outside, great support push up there by Australia, and Evans in the corner.
In the end, the Aussies went through in style. The Kiwis could only reflect on dropped balls and missed tackles. What a game. Australia 26, New Zealand 6. In the plate semi-final, the Welsh scrum half Justin Johnson came off the bench to swing an evenly balanced contest Wales's way.
He wants the ball, he takes a good run. They haven't moved up. USA, maybe they'll score. No, just held back there. Number 7, when he move it blind, goes for it himself. Try giving the number 7 for Wales, just scurrying under there. And they sure they'll score. Number 6 has the ball. That's it, he straightens up a little bit. Oh, surely he'll score, this number 8. Good try, unlucky with the tackle, the number 1, Bob Cassidy. But it's the number 8, pops over the line there.
Well, the gallant Americans now pair off with Japan for the wooden spoon, but Wales were the winners of this one by 42 points to 18. In the other plate semi-final, Japan met Ireland, and things are not getting any easier for the Japanese.
There well, and he feeds in, and in goes Darren McCarthy, the stallion. The gap on for Shane Gallagher, he moves in, good, excellent play, benefits. He's got one either side, feeds it there. So number 14, Rob McDonald takes it in, he's going all the way, looking for the post. Kevin Gordon instructs him, under the post he goes, down for the try.
The Irish then in uncompromising mood, and they won by 66 points to 10 at Central Park. The South African Rhinos have plenty to celebrate. They thrashed Scotland by 44 points to 16 at Cougar Park. South Africa strong, big and powerful, and they had all too much in every department for Scotland. Scotland. Scotland 16, South Africa 44. England are through to the final of the bowl competition after a comprehensive victory by 32 points to 18 against Russia. Hooker Andy Hurst led by example in a game that for entertainment value marked 10 out of 10.
Ronnie Kettlewell gets the pass away. It's Chris Eckersley going over between the posts. A great push back on it, 10 metres from the line. Oh, but there goes this Russian cutting them to pieces. It's a one-on-one. He's beaten him. It's going to go all the way from the kick return, all the way from acting half-back, underneath the post. They've got that equalising score. The crowd are on their feet. Who's going to go forward? England, with the ball in the hands, have the best chance of adding to their score. And a break. This could be it. Chris Eckersley's going for the line. He's round behind. He's going to go underneath the post. Almost gets to the post. Down he goes. Suddenly.
And England beat Russia by 32 points to 18. And what a fillip for the Russians coming over here. A hard-fought but highly entertaining bowl playoff saw the Russians defeat Scotland by 26 points to 20. Man of the match, and perhaps predictably in view of his form so far, was the Russian Robert Ilyasov. The Scottish piper tried his best as the Scots made a spirited fight of it in the dying minutes, but time was not on his or their side. Russia 26, Scotland 20. Wales clinched the plate final of the Halifax Student Rugby League World Cup in a pulsating match against the Irish. It was the Welsh who finished the stronger though, 2 drop goals from Phil Newton and a try from Justin Johnson. With Lynch again converting, the scoring was complete at Wales 20, Ireland 12. Japan bowed out of the Halifax Student World Cup without a win, but with a place in the heart of the fans. Their wooden spoon encounter with the United States of America saw a blitz of try scoring. Sadly for the Japanese, the Americans got most of those tries. The final score at Cougar Park, Japan 10, the United States 54. The South African Rhinos picked up their first ever piece of Rugby League silverware with a thrilling World Cup Bowl final success against England at Keighley. And what a game it was to celebrate such an historic occasion. England perhaps unlucky not to snatch victory, but when the final hooter blasted, the triumphant Rhinos leapt in joyous celebration.
Ball coming back across. Wallington with the ball, looking for runners. He's got one in Hickmans. Hickmans, what's he going to... Oh, comes back inside. Lovely break from Hickmans. Hickmans, is he going to score? Jeremy Hickmans. Oh, lovely break. Nice try, Jeremy Hickmans. Makes another one. Jennings from acting halfback. Gets it to Grobbelaar. Grobbelaar, oh yeah, the lovely ball. He's going to score underneath the post. That's Bucks Jordan. Walters driving through from acting halfback. It's not a get in there. South Africa working the blind side, which is good for them because they've scored. I think. Yes, they have. Can't see who it is.
South Africa number 10, Corner.
Ball snuffed out by England. Nippy like that, Jennings. Last tackle. And another that from acting halfback, and he's in. Slap marker worked that from England. So substitute Simon Bowles, is it? Wallington. What's his options? Not got many with him. Everett. On to number 5, Chris Eckersley. Chris Eckersley, straight down the middle of the field. Chris Eckersley. Oh, Nobby lay a finger on him. Great try. Great try from Chris Eckersley. Mark Wallington, he didn't look to have many options open to him. What are England going to do with it now? Adam Jude on the ball. What's he going to do with it? Fans it out to Chris Eckersley. Chris Eckersley going down the touchline. Chris Eckersley's in. Did he ground the ball correctly? Chris Eckersley's in, no doubt about it. Referee points to the try. And so on before he got the ball in his hands and out it came. Brodsky. There it goes. What a finish. What a finish. Jubilation for the South Africans with their arms aloft. A 2-point win, 22 points to 20. England lads laid out utter dejection. They shouldn't be. They've played tremendously well.
South Africa 22, England 20. In an exciting, closely contested match which would have graced the final itself, New Zealand held on to their slender lead to edge into 3rd place in the World Cup playoffs.
There, that's a try to Watson Pitter. 5 minutes gone, it's 4-0 to the Kiwis. There was a break there from the back of the scrum. Peter Davis, the loose forward, picked it up and went on the blind side, supporting and went this live wire scrum half Peter, and it was number 7 that dived over to score the first try of the game. For the first gap. And there it is. As he made the line, it certainly looks like it. It's the centre there. Fulke. He was put away by a great ball from Krizmanovic. And they get the answering try after 9 minutes. So within the first 10 minutes of this game, we've already seen 2 tries wide out. Well played the ball, but it's waved on by the referee. Good ball from the loose forward. And there they go, getting it away. Ryan Mullane doing some great stuff there, getting the ball away in the tackle. 18 minutes has gone. It's another New Zealand try. Smits it was that was on the receiving end. He's also on the receiving end here of some comment from the referee. We're going to stop the play while we have a chat with the Kiwis here. Smith off the interchange bench takes the first plunge. Nick Byrne, acting half-back, finds Pitter. Oh, and this is a classic loose forward break, and he's going to go over there. Great ball from Wilson Pitter to Pitter Davis. The 7 and 13 in New Zealand being very influential. That break-in play there also costing France some concentration, so that finally that was a walk-in try, but a strong walk-in to Pitter Davis. What a great bit of loose forward play following up his scrum half. Kiwis looking to add to their 3 tries. Now there's a chance. Offloading in the tackle. Nick Byrne takes it over the halfway and gets it away. Now there is a definite chance on Malcolm Allen. He hasn't been able to kick any goals, but he's going to score a try. He's going in from 20 metres and he's almost going to get round the posts. A break from around the halfway there by the Kiwis, signalled by the referee. It's the 4th try of the afternoon. After 50 minutes, it makes New Zealand 16, France 6. That touchdown. Try it on the kick. There's a bit of interference. What's the referee going to give? He's going to give them a try. Bit of controversy there, but as the kick went in for the French, Downey was dragged. Referee had no hesitation in awarding the try. Tenner that put the kick in. Looking for those 6 points is going to put them right back in this game. Go the skinny, find the gap. They're over there, and they're going to go over almost to the post. Now we've got a game of it, and we're also going to have it all on in the back play. Bit of knees going in from the Kiwis. Referee going to have to sort something out here. There's going to be some colour card, could even be a red here. There was a big flop. Knees went down. 65 minutes there. France score the try that makes it 16 points to 20. 7 minutes left. Dan Hopkins out of the bin, back on the field as we said. He makes it 2 out of 2 for himself. Can they break the line as they did just minutes ago? No, they can't. It's 80 minutes gone on the clock, 80 minutes gone on the whistle. The French can't believe it. The chance to finish third has slipped through their hands. The final score in this 3rd and 4th playoff is going to be France 20, New Zealand 22. It's the World Cup final. It is the final culmination of an excellent tournament here in England for 1996. 80 minutes away from the destiny of the trophy. Australia obviously the favourites and the reigning World Cup holders, having won the tournament in both 92 and 1989. Western Samoa, the surprise entrance into the final effort to turn over the Australians, and it is Western Samoa to kick off. The final pause. Now we're underway. The clock is ticking. Swarming defence. Big hits going in. Bill Lockwood running it out for Australia. Organised rugby from there so far. Down in the tackle goes Shane Thurston. 30 metres they've made from their goal line. Looking to kick on the last play. Siamu Murray chasing it back for Samoa. He gathers before going down to the following Australian defence. So Australia through their first set of 6. Samoa now trying to reply in kind. Australian defence picking the runners up quickly. Acting halfback having to go on his own. And again, this time making a good break over the halfway line and getting the runner away. Great break by Mareko before he got the runner away. First attack to Samoa. Inside ball to Fatu Lea. Now the kick. Referee allowing it to play on there. Looked like it could have been offside. Now he's going to give the tackle there. Australia getting the chance to run it out. Enterprising bit of play from Samoa there. Looked like an offside chase. Australia surviving it, running it out. Dale Mills doing the work. First up. Derek Brady going across the runners, not offloading. Swinging arm in the tackle there from Leo from Samoa, not picked up by the referee, allowing play on. First chance to break the line for Australia over the halfway with support. Got the winger away. It's a break right down there. Jason Wardle is going over the 10, already stopping in, slowing down a gear as he puts the ball down. That break came exactly on the halfway. Jason Wardle it was, following it up in an ominous less than 3 minutes for Samoa. Good work though by the centres from Australia on halfway. They broke the defensive line, passed over their head, one pass almost on the halfway line. That was enough to get Wardle away. Wardle went the half the length of the pitch and was able to cut inside to just within 10 metres or so of the goalposts at the far end of the Willows here. So we're looking to add the points. He doesn't though, he misses. So a let off there for Samoa. (4-0). Samoa will be looking for a good kick return. We get underway through Matt Evans for Australia. Midfield position for Samoa. Going the safety. First route, dash from acting half-back. Still powerful in the tackle before finally put down. Caused by the referee to get Australia back inside. Allows play to go on there. Samoa cross into the half. Do with a quicker play the ball than that. Jason Heppy, 10 metres in, looking for a quicker play the ball. Australia managing to slow the speed of the play the ball down at the moment. Here comes the kick. Screen in front, it's gone up high. Dale Mills for Australia is under it. Goes down on his knees as he takes it, then takes a tackle, but safely gathered in. Australia moving it, got the numbers out wide. Got two outside here, it's a switch ball from the centre to Adrian Sui who kicked that goal. He goes down on the halfway. Western Samoa recovered, looked ominous for seconds there. Now moving it. Lost the ball there. Samoa looking to tidy it up. Four-man defence there from the Australians, three fully in the tackle. If you're going to go from acting half-back like that, got to look a little bit sharper than that. The Samoans will want to speed up this play the ball. And there goes a great break from Samoa over into the 20 metres before he goes down. Sumalia sets Samoa away now, looking for a drive in front of the posts here. Captain Malu settling down with the drive. Loayu gets it going again, running laterally, looks to change the angles. Heppy takes it in now, it's the last tackle. It's a grubber, safely collected in by Australia. Logo Heppy it was that put the grubber in there for Samoa. We'll be looking for a little bit more invention from them next time they get down there. Australia given the chance to run it out, and they just love that. Here comes the big guys again, up the middle. Gavin Mint, captain, leading from the front, offloads out the back, keeps it going, can't close scrum half down. Now they can. He goes down heavily, 10 metres from the Samoan half. It's going to be a penalty for Samoa. Some talking there in that tackle. It was Derek Brady that made half a break, and then as he was just pulled down 10 metres inside his own half, went down heavily and obviously said something in the tackle. Warning to the captain, along with Derek Brady, the hooker wearing number 9. Takes the heat off Samoa. They're looking for early points on the board. There's 7 minutes gone. They're losing 4 points to 0 to that one try through Jason Wardle. They're looking to put some points on the board with this conversion, this penalty attempt, right on the 40-metre mark. Samoa passing the water around, looking to follow this one up. Directly in front of the posts, kicking towards the clubhouse end. Samoa looking for the first time to bother the scoreboard operator in this World Cup final. "40 metres out, ball's up in the air. It's straight, so are the touch judges' flags. They go up, it's first points to Samoa. A great kick there by Logo Heppy. Australia looking for that roll on that they're so good. Straight up the ruck, met by some heavy Samoan defence though, appreciated by the crowd. Australian play the ball much quicker though at the moment than the Samoans, and this is what's enabling them to get the numbers here out wide. Shane Thurston going down, still short of halfway though. Quick ball out the tackle there, but it went to ground. Australia still making something of it though. It's Jason Wardle, strong running again, getting away from cover defence. Last tackle. Up high into the Salford sky. Samoa going to jump for it. There they go, but a green and gold jersey comes up with it. Matt Evans it is who comes up with the ball from that kick. It was an onside chase. Samoa leapt, but as they came away from it, it was the green and gold of Australia. 10 minutes gone, second try to Australia. Heppy gets in there, steals the ball off the Lockwood. Big cheer from the crowd. Here comes Samoa over the 20, right in front of the post. Chances here for them. They move it to their left. Blowout looking for the gap, not finding it. Leai going the direct route. "10 metres out, last tackle." What have they got up the sleeves? It's a bludgeon. They've got the ball out the back, and it's moving now. Heppy moves it. The loose follows the ball in his hands. It's spilt loose 5 metres from the line. Western Samoa comes to nothing there, but they did manage to get the ball out of the back of a tackle. Then in trying to slow down the Australian player, the ball give away a penalty. First signs of some sort of attack there from Western Samoa for some minutes, though. Australia more than equal to the task in defence. As we come up to the quarter of an hour, we've played 15 minutes of this 1996 Student World Cup final. Australia in the expected position in lead. 8 points lead. Australia 10, Western Samoa 2. Western Samoa yet to register their first try. Australia already got twice over the whitewash. Now over the whitewash of halfway. Ball comes out though, 2 on the floor. It looks it should be a penalty. Knock on, says the touch judge. So it was lost in the tackle by Ben Phillips. It's going to mean scrum down on the halfway. Samoa head and ball. Call of loss from Australia. Out it comes. The blue shirts going forward again. Still haven't met the defence though, passing laterally. Quick play the ball. This is it, Samoa knowing they need to speed up the pace. Jason Wardle, the Australian try scorer, that time getting in the way of the referee, flipping up an ankle, giving the penalty away. Interchanges already off the Samoan bench. 16 minutes gone, it's been a hard physical battle, looking to inject some fresh pace. Overran it, the first line from Samoa there, badly timed. Bit of a waste of their first tackle. Some treatment going into that tackle according to the crowd, a few words exchanged as well. Samoan captain Malu takes them into the 20 metres with a forward charge. Looking for the wide-out runners. Still can't breach this Australian first-up defence though. 3 men into the tackle there. Now there's a gap there. If he can step, he steps the first, he steps the second, still going. Slips it out the back. There's a chance for Samoa. It's going to be a try. David Fapito scores in the corner. Some really good Samoan work there. 17 minutes gone. There on the scoreboard. Their first try, it goes to David Fapito. What a great score that was. It all came from some good work by Mariko. Then he slipped the back door ball out. It was passed on to the winger outside. He scored far in the corner. Around about 18 minutes gone of this World Cup final. The score now 10-6. You know, the Samoans have been tricky under 2. That's 3 that have bounced. Comes back to the Australians, but now the Samoans come away with it. 3 times though, the ball's gone up in the air. 3 times the Samoans have failed to gather it at the first attempt. It's obviously going to be an Australian tactic throughout this afternoon. This is only Samoa's second Student World Cup. Great for them to have got to the final at the second attempt. Lost the ball there, playing it. Picks it up quickly. Hopes the referee hasn't seen it, but he has. Another double interchange for Samoa. Right, now the Australians looking to run a pattern now, looking threatening, long cut-out ball through the first line of defence. Got that ball away, it's the try scorer again, he's going to cut inside. Across comes the cover and gets Wardle down. Now Samoa with the backs to the wall. Got a fight here, he's over the line, has he got it down? No, he's knocked on over the line. Kept them out though. Now they're running it out. Little bit of confusion there. Australian foot to it, there's a chase on. I'm sure Samoa are going to fall on it. They have, but it's bobbled loose. The Australians have got the ball. This is a desperate position now. Australians looking to move it out wide quickly. Here they go. Out to Suey. Suey finds spot outside him. Knocked off. Heavy numbers in the Samoan defence though. Keep out Matt Evans. He can't get the ball down. He plays it metres from the line. Samoa got the defence better organised now, but still struggling to keep the Australians out. Dealt with Mark Tukey though. Now coming up. Long throw, well taken. The Australians stretching the Samoan defence. It looks like it's a dancing, dodging, weaving run by Matt Miller, but he's going to get through and to score under the posts. Just as the half an hour is coming up, Samoa suddenly looking like they're on the rack, soaking up 3 or 4 hard drives in one corner of the field, and the Australians moving it expertly. A great take by Mike Brennan. Now it's 3-2. That makes it Australia 16, Western Samoa 6. Somalia stopped there as he met the defence. Could have kept going full tilt. Heppy going full tilt as he goes into the 20. Luau coming in at full pelt, making the best of the use of it, and now there's a bit of a roll on for Samoa. They are 10 metres away from the Australian line, so almost under the goalpost. Looking to switch it inside through a ruck of players onto the line. Australian strength pushes him back. It's the last tackle. He's held. Play the ball. Samoa move it to their right. Put a kick in. There's a chase on Suey. He's got the ball. He's behind his own lines or not now. He gets out. Good work by Suey there. Good kick from Samoa, giving them plenty of chance to catch it as well. And a lost ball to the Australians. This is good stuff from Samoa. They've put right back on the defensive with that loss there. Nobody marking. Ale Moana took the chance to go on his own there. Scrappy play the ball, gets him absolutely nowhere. Still camped right on the line underneath those posts. Now testing the waters further out. Small, quick play the ball. Across the face of the post again. Australian defence holds. Last tackle. Long ball comes out now. They've got some chances here, and it's going to be another try. It is. It's another try to the Samoans. Off the interchange bench comes Micah Murray to get another try in identical position. 33 minutes on the scoreboard. 16 points to 10. Try to Micah Murray of Samoa. So it's going to give Heppy a chance to take a conversion from an identical spot. The Samoans crossed for a try there in the 18th minute and now in the 33rd, just keeping their fingertips in this game. Every time you feel like Australia are just about to move away with it, the Samoans come back. I'm sure Australia will be looking to score a try off this. Ideal time for them to score just before half-time. Samoa straight back under pressure. Out it comes. Cut-out ball, falls down, it's still... Surely there was a knock on there. And everybody wondered what the referee was doing. He was allowing a bit of play on, I think. Everybody thinking that Matt Miller surely wasn't going to go in to score after that knock-on, and certainly he wasn't. Just allowed his moment of glory of falling up the line, but brought back for that knock-on. So Samoa live again now. They've got a minute to survive of this first half of the World Cup final. Pinned down in their own half. Need a good set of 6. Immaculate ball control. They do not want to spill it now. And the Scottish Piper strikes up. I'm sure he's trying to help the Western Samoans. What they make of it, I don't know. But We are into overtime almost. We're almost out of time in this first half. Samoa making no mistakes on this set of tackles. Looking to bust. They've done so. Support is there. It's a great run. The crowd who went over the 20, throw it loose, goes anywhere. It's picked up by Samoa. It's play on. It's a race. A try the crowd have been waiting for. Just when you thought they were dead in the water, Siomo Murray picks up a loose ball after a great break around the halfway. It was Ione that passed on to the fullback, Moo. He made a great break into the 20 metres, 10 metres out. He let the ball go. It was bobbling about, and it was Samoa that picked it up. Siamu Murray picked it up, and although he was chased by the Australian defence, he got the ball down. It's their third try on the 40-minute mark. 2 points on the destination of this ball, and it is there. What a cliffhanger we've got. 16 points all, 41 minutes showing on the clock, and the referee blows no time. It is half-time here. The Student Rugby League World Cup final is absolutely finely balanced. Australia 16, Western Samoa 16. So Australia get us underway. The second half, 40 minutes away from deciding the destination of the Halifax Student Rugby League World Cup for 1996. $16 points each, these two teams locked. The Australians will have got a shock. They're going in level after they'd scored 2 tries in the first 10 minutes. But Samoa doing a good job coming back. Both these teams have scored 3 tries and added 2 goals. It's going to be vital these first few minutes of the second half, who can actually get the ascendancy. Samoa making some good work up to their last tackle, which it is now. Got inside the Australian half. Some sort of charge down there by the Australians, getting away with it. Samoan defence pushing back the runner. Then spending too long delaying the play of the ball. Little bit of facial treatment, giving away all the good work that they've just done. It's going to put them back inside their half. If it goes, it's not going to go out. Memo takes it from the sidelines. Australians failing to find touch. And the referee says he can play on there. Surely he was tackled and about to get up and play the ball. But the Australians taking it as a bonus into the 20 on a shock attack. Well, I hadn't really seen that. He was on his knees about to play the ball and out it came. Play on, says the referee. Australian taking every chance they can. Good Samoan numbering off in defence, pointing out the attackers as they come. Good numbering by the try scorer Siamu Murray, on wearing number 5 for Samoa there. Marshalling his defence. They dealt with the Australians, put him in touch as well. Out the back, picked up by Samoa's loose forward, Ole Loau. Good one-arm tackle there by Australia, finally bringing him down when there looked to be a little chink in the defence. Now, some numbers, but the inside cut come back into the heavy traffic in the middle of the field. Morocco ragged down right in the middle of the field, 10 metres inside. The Australian half. Last tackle, that's why the kick's gone up. It's over Sui's head, he lets it bounce before he takes it. Samoan chase onside, put him down. 3 minutes has gone of this second half. After 3 minutes of the first was the first Australian try. So far, no sign of that in the second half. 43 minutes gone. Bit of crossing there, but referee happy to let it go. Good marker defence by Samoa, chasing this down. The Australians having more difficulty than they did in the early stages of the first half, getting through the Samoan defence. Big hit coming in, but Australia offload out the back. Look to make something of it as they come into the Samoan half. Referee makes sure Samoa coming back 10. Last tackle. Australia call the move. The high bomb goes up yet again. This time the Samoan take is a good one. Australia wanting to get in the early tester on the Samoan defence, which has been a bit shaky, but Ati Memu was up there this time, took it high. Samoa growing in confidence as they go. Runners overran the play the ball there. They played the ball too slow. No option but to go to ground. These teams still locked together, 16 points each. Big hit there, and still standing is the Samoan. Down goes the Australian. He'll have a headache. The crowd are warming to this one. Australia only 12 men on the feet. Samoa losing the ball though. Australia getting it back. It was Aaron Smith, the interchange, that took a big hit there in defence. He's up and about now as Australia run the ball back into the Samoan half. 5 minutes of the second half has gone. Samoa want to look that they don't get penalised for offside. The referee making sure they're getting back. Tiredness playing a little part for both sides here, but plenty of time to go.
Oh my God!
Couldn't offload there. There was a gap in the Samoan defence. Tommy Malu just making it back now after hurting his leg. Still not playing a part in the defensive line. When an unforced error from Australia. Matt Miller put it down. He scored the last try for Australia. It was 29 minutes of the game gone when Australia scored that last try. Now there's 45 minutes gone. Since Australia scored their last try, Western Samoa have come back with 2 on 33 and 40 minutes. That vital try, of course, just before half-time, bringing the score as it still stands now. Australia 16, Western Samoa 16. That leg injury that we were talking about, meaning that the Samoan captain, Tommy Malu, is off the pitch for the moment. On comes an interchange, going off under his own steam, but certainly wasn't playing much part in the defensive line for the last couple of minutes. Now trying a scrum move. The Samoans rushing it, get away with it. Ball might have gone forward, but they get away with it there. The break from the loose forward. Not judging his pass to the scrum half on the blindside move. And I'm afraid that Samoa trying to force the pace there, lost the ball. Would have been better just to take that tackle, but they are trying to play enterprising football, growing in confidence. Now a break through the first line. Heppy takes down Andrew Lee. And a knock on there by Australia, chased by Heppy. It's getting a little bit scrappy. Certainly Australia not playing as though they are the current Rugby League Student World Cup champions as they are. Samoa, who finished 7th in the last tournament in 1992 in Australia, getting thumped in the quarterfinals, 74-14 by Australia in 1992, but in 1996 in the World Cup final, 16-all, 47 minutes gone. Bit of interference at the play of the ball there, taking a long time for Heppy to get up. That long cut-out ball there put Ola Luau away just though as he was looking to release a backline move. 2-1 advantage to the Samoans. In came the tackling, firm tackling, knocked the ball out of his hands. Unlucky for Samoa, but this Australian defence still very, very hard to breach. Spencer Fatuli is going for a spell on the interchange bench. Number 10 going off for Samoa. Meanwhile, the scrum to Australia being won by themselves. John Carlsberg falling into the tackle there, taking a heavy hit round his head protector. He's okay, gets up, plays the ball. 9 minutes have gone of the second half. Still the deadlock, not broken.
That's it, 13.
Out the back door, keeping the movement going for Australia. Shane Thurston not able to link up with anybody though, and it dies. 20 metres inside the Samoan half. Now they've thrown out the long ball. Have they got the numbers there? Samoan defence still holding. Up goes the kick, last tackle, all on. It's an onside chase from the Australians. The ball's bobbling about as it has. They've picked it up. This could be a chance for the Australians. Over the line, but he's on his back. In fact, he's held up short of the line. Now the Samoans have got to do something. In front of the posts. Andrew Lee goes down in the tackle. Desperate defence. It's a one-man charge. He steps inside the first tackle and he's over. Matt Evans it was that came on the one-man charge. The Samoan defenders looking at each other. Steps inside the first tackle. He just took the direct route to the whitewash. 10 minutes gone of the first half. Half an hour to go and we break the deadlock. Try to Australia. Matt Evans taking the score to 20 points for Australia. Themselves a converted try behind. So he puts the kick over. Give one of the biggest shocks of student rugby league. Australia, the holders of the World Cup. After 55 minutes of the 1996 final, 22 points to 16 in the lead. Samoa not out of this by any means. Pass out of the tackle, great ball. Heppy takes the battle further. 20 metres into the Australian half. Samoa looking to play some expansive rugby. And in this strong Australian defence that they have shown in these last few minutes, causing a knock on there. Fapita having to go behind himself to collect a wayward pass from Heppy, hit by a double tackle, causing him to knock on. Swinging just a little bit the Australian way. The last few sets by the Samoans have included some errors. Now they try big push. Unfortunately, the ball's not in yet. Alton O'Vale back to the mark. They come in. It goes out to Australia. Dale Mills can't quite take it into the half after a strong run. Looking to switch the play behind the play the ball. Going to their left. Numbers out wide. Finds Suey. He's broken through the first line. There's only full-back. There's support. It is going Australia's way. It's Matt Miller following up from Suey. Late challenge there on the field as well. We've seen one of those in the previous third and fourth playoff, but it's going to be signalled a try there by the referee. Matt Miller scoring for Australia their second try of this half, their fifth overall. Matt Miller's second try of the game. 57 minutes. I think one more try can kill this game off. They've missed the 2 points though. Australia 26, Western Samoa 16. Big hit there by the Australian captain Gavin Minns, putting down Samoan number 8, Elau. He won't be looking quite so keen. They were coming with a fair old step there, the Samoans, before they were put back. Now Heppy with the high kick. Can the Australians deal with it better than the Samoans? Yes, taking it under pressure on the 20 metres, a fine take. An hour has gone here at Salford in this 1996 final. The sunshine's gone as well, but the rugby league is as good as ever. Australia looking for a little break there through Shane Thurston. Didn't quite come. Now Samoa are going to have to do their defence wide out. Cut back inside. There's a gap there. He's found it. Inside support is available. Overhead pass. Almost too fancy, but the overhead pass to Andrew Lee. Going to bring the try on the 59 minutes underneath the posts. And that meant that it looked at one stage there as though Gavin Mintz with the overhead pass had been a little bit too fancy, but it came all right. Certainly Andrew Lee happy to get there underneath the posts. His first try. Conversion by Sui. 2 points, takes it up to Australia 32, Western Samoa 16. Suddenly, Australia doubled Western Samoa's points. Hard work against this Australian defence to even get out of the 20 just at the moment. Tired legs pumping as they come forward again. Oh, and tried a little option there, and it's going to give the try to the Australians, I think. Oh, that could have been a forward pass. Yes, it was. Samoa just trying everything, being forced into an improvised kick. And it resulted in the Australians having a running chance. Mike Brennan almost going over before he put Sui away, but it was a forward pass. 3 minutes left on the clock. It's going to be head and put in to the Samoans again. And the Australian fullback, Dale Mills, has been voted the man of the match in this 1996 Halifax Student World Cup. So Samoa back on their own goal line, desperately trying to get to the other end of the field. They're still adding their own bit to this wonderful final. Strong defence from Australia, containing Samoa now. They're finding it harder to get any cracks in the defence, going on one-man rushes just outside the 20 when the last tackle is called. Got to get in a better kick than last time. This time they do. Kick it long. It's towards Adrian Sui. He sets the Australian counter-attack going. Still time for the Australians to register another try. You feel that that's what they're trying to do. They're not just going to run this one out. They're looking to score. Still some big hits from the Samoans coming in. It's been a great defensive game. There's some great tackles. And yet we've had 6 tries for the Australians and 3 for the Samoans. Plenty of running rugby to applaud as well. And here comes a running chance now for off the interchange bench. It's a kick and chase. It's going to bounce up. It's going to hold up in the in-goal. It's going to be very, very close. It's a good job we've got a touch in-goal judge there. And yes, Australia are going to do what we thought they did. Obviously, they could see from that direction that it was just short of the line there. 79 minutes showing. A great kick and chase. Ken Jabri it was that put in the kick, and I think he's the one receiving the credit from the Australian players. Sure, he strokes it well, he's good. He's got it to rub it in. £38 points to 16 then. Australia are going to take the 1996 Halifax Student World Cup final. Whether there's any more time for them to add to that score will depend very much on how Samoa run out this set of 6. Can they keep the ball from going out, and can they run it safely out? 81 minutes showing on the clock. Last gasp from Samoa now. Australia, the reigning World Cup holders, are going to retain it here in 1996. Western Samoa still looking for their first points of the second half. Haven't been able to add to the 22 that Australia have added in the second half. There goes the whistles. 2 minutes extra time played. The winners of the 1996 Halifax Student World Cup, Australia. Adding to their wins, of course, it's the 3rd time in a row that Australia have won the Student World Cup. They have now won it in 1989, 1992, and now, just seconds ago, as that final blast of the whistle here at Salford in 1996. Okay, so we're here at the end of a great World Cup final. We've got both captains with us, Gavin Minns for Australia and Tommy Malu for Western Samoa. We'd better start, I suppose, with the winners. So, Gavin, it was tough though. Half-time, you looked like you could have lost it.
I suppose you'd say we were forced into errors, I think, in the first half. The Western Samoans' intensity was great, their enthusiasm was great, and they forced us into errors. I think that's all you could put it down to. So full credit to them. They came out and stuck it to us, I suppose. Yeah.
So, Tommy, getting some credit there from the Australians, but you must have been a bit disappointed that you couldn't press home any advantage in the second half.
Oh, definitely. We went out there in the first half trying to slow the Australians down, known for their speed, you know, play the balls and stuff like that. Second half, we sort of getting off them too easy. They just rolled us, you know. Couldn't do anything about it, really. And yeah, we just dropped off in intensity and they just picked up. Typical Australian style.
Okay, and Gavin, that's the third Student World Cup win in a row for Australia. How much did the pressure tell that you didn't want to be the Australian team that lost it?
Yeah, the pressure's definitely there. We've got very high expectations placed on any Australian team that tours abroad because, you know, we have been traditionally a strong rugby league country over the last couple of decades. I think the pressure did tell a bit in the first half. The Samoans took the game to us, and I think we came out with a lot of errors, and you'd probably say we were forced into those errors by the Samoans. So, you know, full credit to them. At half-time, we really sat down and said, look, we've got to get our game back on track. We weren't playing our game at all. We were being put off our game. So, full credit to the Samoans. They played a great first half.
And Tommy, for Western Samoa, a great start in Student Rugby League. You were 7th in 1992. Yeah. Now you've gone so close to being the top of the world. Where now for Western Samoa?
Well, I think with the World Cup this year, we struggled to get here, sort of thing. So that was sort of motivation for all the players. We had to really get the money out of our own pockets to make it here and stuff. So hopefully in the next 4 years, I think it is, and is it South Africa, the next World Cup? Hope they can learn from what we've achieved and sort of just take it on from there.
So there's the secret to really going well in the World Cup final. Make sure that there's money in your own pocket that counts. One last question perhaps for Gavin. Do you just want to say a few words about all the teams that have made up this World Cup, from yourself at the top right down to Japan, 12th on the ladder?
You've got to give a lot of credit to those teams, especially the ones that are more developing sort of nations who've come here and given their all. And you know, that's really what makes it such a great carnival, because you have got those developing nations there. You know, interacting socially with them. You know, you're meeting these people. You know, we've done a lot of things socially with other teams, and you know, whether it be from swapping gear to going out and having a beer. You know, so it's been a great experience for a lot of young fellas, and it's once in a lifetime experience, and that's all you've got to say. You know, basically. Could I just, first, before we go, just say a thank you and a congratulations to my boys. It really is a young team. I think there's 3 of us over 25. The rest of the boys are all under 22 years of age, and they have got pressure on them because there is that expectation to succeed in Australia, and you know, I think they've dealt with that pressure well and come up with the goods. So congratulations to all the Australian boys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gavin, and thank you, Tommy. For somebody definitely the wrong end of 25, I can tell you that was a great Rugby League World Cup final. Thank you, guys. Okay, so I've got with me now Abe Kerr, the organiser of the Halifax Student World Cup. Abe, first of all, it must be relief that the tournament has finally finished.
Well, I think relief, but when you've been living, sleeping, breathing an event like I've done for the last 9 months, obviously you get to a point in it where you think obviously you're building towards the one event, and obviously you think to yourself, well, I'll be a relief when it's over. Now it's happened. I think after a couple of days when all the teams disappear and Padgate campus is then empty, I think it's going to be an immense feeling of sort of a loss in many ways, because it's the lads on site and everything, the mixed matches that are taking place, the intensity of the event, obviously then come to nothing in terms of everyone obviously going their separate parts of the world. It's going to be quite a strange feeling, I think.
And that was a World Cup that saw 12 teams taking part, the largest ever Student Rugby League World Cup. Can it get any bigger in the next tournament?
I think if it gets too much bigger, then we're going to have problems in terms of the length of time people can actually have to have off college to actually partake in the tournament. I mean, we've managed to fit 30 games in the last, obviously, 2 weeks, with each team playing 5 games. If it gets much larger, then say you have 16 teams, it's going to have to be spread over 3 weeks. It's going to be an awful lot of rugby, and maybe 5 games is too much. Maybe we'll have to go then down to 4, but it's a long way to come halfway around the world and not actually, you'd say, got knocked out in the first round or so.
So an ideal size and an ideal shaped tournament here in England in 1996. Any personal highlights from the 30 games?
I would say, taking the overall format of the event, the fact that Japan were here in the first place, obviously it was groundbreaking that they obviously participated in the 13-a-side event for the first time. The way they grew in stature. The game last night stood out between South Africa and obviously England, the host nation at Keighley. The atmosphere there was fabulous. And obviously today, every game I've been to has been absolutely spectacular. The fans have got right behind the participating teams. I don't think there's been a dud game. You can't pick a bad one.
Good, so that's another good advert for Student Rugby League, of course. And probably many of the people who have been down to watch it, they will have been surprised at the standard of play that we've seen out there.
I think so. When there's an event that's, say, limited in a certain way, be it an age group or obviously with this, it's a sort of the background or what your actual career is in many ways. Obviously, you're a student for a relatively small part of your life. So people think, well, perhaps it's a limited sphere that the players come from, but the actual standard of the rugby has been superb. And without fail, everyone's been commenting on that. Absolutely fantastic.
And certainly for a bunch of young guys away, there's been no problems on the campus, and there's even better, there's been no problems on the field. Or are you hiding something from us?
No, I want to say it's been a paragon of virtue there, but it's certainly it could have been much worse. There's still bricks and mortar where it should be, and most of the windows as well. So it's not too bad.
Most of the windows, that's more than you can say for the Variety Club here. How will the Student Rugby League be charged for the glazing bill?
I think we'll have a period of negotiation on that one. Maybe we'll go 50-50.
OK, so thank you very much, Abe Kerr, organiser of a very successful tournament.
It's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming! Student welcome's coming up! Coming up, it's coming up, it's coming! Student welcome's coming up! Bill Society on me t-shirt! Had a rubbish coffee this morning. Brought the girlfriend up. She said, leave me alone, I'm yawning.